Hello. It's a guitar review. This one's an odd one. this is odd. Like me, odd. We like odd. This is a Cash's special. This was bought from Cash Converters, which is my playground. It's a place I go to discover weird and wonderful things, and there's nothing more weird and wonderful than this. Look, it says Fender. This is no Fender. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it was, but I saw it. I saw it on Cash's, and it's like a surf green, like mini Stratocaster. But obviously it isn't, because if you look at the shape of it, it's not quite a Strat shape. It's not an official Strat shape. Again, it's got a lovely pearloid pickguard and you know, 3 pickups set up. So the body and this is from something, and the headstock has been carved. You know, it's not the right shape. It must have been something else, I think. But they've done a good job. Whoever did it has done a good job. I don't know. I can't tell. Something's not right. And that has been put on very well. You know, it's a transfer. You know, the old water-based transfer. Whoever did it did a really good job of it. Or maybe it is an official Fender neck. I don't know. It's a mystery guitar. It certainly ain't a Fender. Not when I finish with it. It's not a Fender. So yeah, you've got your 3 single cord pickups of generic origin. I have opened this up. I did actually do some repairs to it, which I'm going to talk about. But yeah, you got your 3 pickups, your 5-way switch, of course, your 2 tones, 1 volume, your guitar socket there, your input guitar jack, and I've put some lock-in tuners, some cheap Chinese lock-in tuners on there as well, in a sad attempt to try and get it to stay in tune. So, I got it off Cash's. When it came to me, it was in a terrible state. It was crackly, there was a crackle. The bridge pieces were all different. They're all different. It was a bitser. It was bits of this and bits of that. The tuning pegs, I think they were from a Squire. I think it felt like it maybe was this may have been a Squire, but again the body shape's just a little bit off. I can't try and I've looked at the neck, I've had it all apart, I cannot figure out where it's from. But anyway, it was in a shocking state. Shocking. But I lovingly said, no, I'm going to spend as little money as I can on this project to make it try and sound like a guitar. And that's what I did. So first thing I did is I bought a cheap bridge from Amazon, again Chinese knockoff bridge, which was about I don't know, £12, I think, maybe 13, and because again it was missing the tremolo arm as well, so it came with a tremolo arm, and it would have been, again, because all the bridge pieces were different, and some of them weren't adjustable because they were rusted. Like I said, it was in a terrible state. I thought it was just cheaper to get a new bridge, so that's what I did, and that was fairly cheap, and it fit perfectly, and it's absolutely fine. Again, all the screws were different, and all the screws were rusted. Everything was rusty. So I pulled this all off, cleaned it up the best I could, put some new screws on it, put that in. And then there was the tuners. The tuners were awful. So I bought these lock-in ones, and in an attempt to get it to stay in tune, with various attempts to success. I don't know. This is more of an ornamental thing, truly an ornamental guitar. And then there was the buzzing. Every time I touched it, it buzzed, and I thought, oh wait a minute, that sounds like there's something wiring. There's a wiring issue. So I got my soldering iron out, and I had a prod and probe around. I added an extra, because there was whoever wired this up, I don't think had ever wired up a guitar before, because they'd created a ground loop, and that's where you well, it's what it says. It's a loop, a ground loop, and a ground shouldn't be in a loop. It should be kind of like in parallel. You have one point that you take the ground wires off of, and so it's got a ground wire in the back here, and also again to the jack. I fixed that, checked for any dry solder joints. There was still a buzz, so then I ran a very small wire to the bridge, because that was where I was getting the most buzz, and it still didn't cure it, but the frequency changed. It went different kind of buzz. This is a story to tell your children, this is, isn't it? So then I realised, I thought, wait a minute, there's one thing I haven't checked, Darren. One thing you didn't check, and that was the wiring of the jack. Yeah, whoever put this together had wired the jack the wrong way around, and if you do that, they basically wired live to ground and ground to live, and if you do that, as soon as you touch the electrics or the strings or anything, you're going to get a buzz. So out came the soldering iron again, went in there, fixed it. I should have documented all this. I should have filmed it, but I didn't know I was going to be doing this. This was just a little project thing to stop me roaming the streets, because this is what we do. So yeah, it stopped buzzing, and we got it fixed like this. Again, it's obvious that the surf green finish has been done at home, because there's streaky bits, and I mean, I could have sanded that off, but I kind of like that kind of rough on this, not on a normal guitar. I would never buy a normal guitar like this. This is relic. It's got bits knocked out of it and stuff like that. This is genuinely relic. So it was a nice little project guitar that I bought for 50 quid, invested about 30 quid into, and then sold for 115 quid. So there's a little bit of a margin there, a little bit of a profit margin there. God, I hope Mr. Rishi doesn't tax me for it on eBay. My tiny little profit that I made, which I will end up spending on probably hard drugs, I'd imagine, or prostitutes. I don't know. But anyway, this is the story of the fake mini Fender. Funny thing is you can actually get real Fender mini guitars, Japan, this year, 2020, in the year of our Lord 2024. Fender Japan have a range of mini Strats, and I think there's Jazzmasters as well. But anyway, you can go and get them. Official versions that actually probably stay in tune, whereas this one I don't think ever will. But I gave it my best shot. It's an interesting scale length. It's a very short scale length, and you know, it's a bits of guitar. It's something you put up on your wall. You know, it's a shame I didn't have a surf green Fender, because I'd love to have done like a thing where I don't know, do a little gag video where I put my big guitar into the washing machine, I pull out a little one. I wanted to do that. Visual gag. Imagine I did that. So yeah, this is just an oddity. This is an odd video for an odd guitar by an odd man for an odd audience. Odd playing as well. Exactly. Terrible guitar playing. And a bit of fun, just a little bit of fun. And so yeah, when I'm not making videos, which is I try and make as few videos as possible these days because there's no point, I'm searching the internet for, no, not pornography, but caches. I'm searching there for guitars to save. I wanted to save it. It looks so distraught there in caches, in cache converters. So I kind of fixed it. I don't know if I've saved it. Hopefully the new owner has fun with it and can forgive its willful mistuning. What might fix that? Also, it was missing a string tree as well. I added a string tree to help with the break of the string break. But what might help it was maybe with some heavier gauges. I didn't have anything heavier than a set of 10s. So if you're watching this, if the new owner's watching this, and I doubt they will be because nobody's watching this video, some heavier gauge strings might actually help with the stability. And like I said, I only had 10s, so you know, that's the thing. The shorter the scale, it's funny, you'd think it'd be the other way around, but the shorter the scale, the thicker the gauge of string you should use. Longer the scale, thinner the gauge of string, I think. I read that somewhere. I don't know how true that is. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is my fake mini Fender, which I bought from Cash Converters and have lovingly restored. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. You know, what can I say? I do try to entertain. I do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Ta-ta.